Okay. I'm going to share a little screen here just to give us a little idea about the new product, which is coming in the next whichever number of days in February. So I'm going to just touch on what's in there. Panelist, Karimi. Oh, okay. Karimi. Let me see. Karimi. All right, Karimi, you are the panelist now. Who else would be a panelist?
Great, here I am. Sorry, good morning to you, Henry and Drew.
All right.
I had a few challenges here, so I'm here to assist you, Henry.
Okay.
So if you could make me co-host so that I'm able to manage the call for you, and I'll go through the slides. But I like where you've begun, so this is great. Please go ahead.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, so we have a little time here. So before we go into the Q&As, I just want to touch a little bit on the new product that's coming. So it's going to go into pre-order mode soon. So the phytoclinical. The phytoclinical is going, and this is a slide from the company webinars. And so there are two patents to this phytoclinical. One is the two Canadian patents, and I think there's the one US patent. So the number is the file number for the phytoclinical. In the first one is the composition, which is the formula that made it for the modulation of blood parameters. And it is stated that it's a nutritional supplement composed of phytosterols, antioxidants, and other complexes, including essential fatty acids, amino acids, peptides, protein-rich polypeptides, and digestive enzymes. So this is a patented formula. And then the composition is for the regulation of human immune system and prevention and treatment of disease thereof. The following present invention is the use of combination of phytosterols, antioxidants, fatty acids, complexes for purposes to modulate the human immune system, common cold or flu, viral and bacterial infections, allergies, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, chronic fatigue, to inhibit or reduce cancer cell growth in breast, colon, and prostate cancers, to maintain CD4 lymphocyte counts in HIV patients, used as the inflammatory agents. The composition. Oh, can you see my screen? The phytoclinical. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Using inflammatory agents, the composition here acts to modulate the immune system, specifically the composition to act to restore normal immune function in an individual in need thereof. As will be apparent to one of the skill in the art, this explains how the compositions are able to treat disease or conditions characterized by immune activation, such as autoimmune disorder, such as arthritis and inflammation, as well as disease characterized by immune suppression or deficiency, such as acquired immune deficiency. Okay, so this is just remember, this is a patent for the formulas, not the Health Canada approval to claim on the market. So we have to be careful what we say, especially things like cancer and this. We'd better stay away from these items in our marketing. So this is a patented formula, but not approved for marketing purposes. So it's always a good idea to stay a little low key. Let me see the chats. Okay. Okay, at the same time, Karimi, you can check and see people whether they have any questions and whether there is any sharing or testimonials. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, Henry. And let me just officially start the call. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome to this 1 hour of amazing testimonials and Q&A for Fountain of Life. And Henry has been so kind to be here to be able to answer all the questions. And what we're going to do is we're going to go slide by slide as Henry explains whatever slide that we're going to look at. And if there are any questions along the way, I will pick them up from the Q&A and I can ask them and Henry will address them. So Henry, if that's okay with you, I guess we'll get started. Yeah?
Go ahead, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes, so everyone, welcome, welcome. I can see Charlene, Marie Baptiste. I like to mention people, Drew, obviously, Charlene, Tony, Maria, Fabi, Amueno. Welcome, welcome all of you to the call. And if there are any questions, please put it on the Q&A. I've already seen a question going to the Q&A. And Fabi is asking, can we make claims as it was suggested there before? I guess that is in relations to the phytoclinical, Henry.
No, I think we, as David mentioned in the Monday call, we have to be very careful in what we say because we don't want to cause, I guess, problems or envy from the field or from the. Anyway, we'll have to wait a little bit and see what is the best because we are waiting for the company official, let's say label and everything. So it's just a heads up for all what it can do, and I think the company is going to probably make a separate website and a brochure for it as well. So that would be the most safe thing to say when we have it available. So this is just a heads up for what's coming, and we have to wait a little bit about the official claims or things like that.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize Han Mei. Hello, our official TCM as well. They're all here to answer your questions. So if there's another question, not yet, I'm just looking through the chats. And if there's nothing else, I just see a lot of a heads up, like thank you for that. So let me just put up my FOL screen so that we can get started. And as we go along, maybe you can ask your questions. Unless, Henry, you have something you wanted to say before I proceed?
No, go ahead.
Awesome. Let me put it on full screen. Great. So in case you're new here, we are here to share about the Fountain of Life, which is an amazing extract from the Norwegian spruce tree, Health Canada approved, 100% exclusive rights globally. It's fast acting. It provides the highest source of dietary lignans available, and lignans are extracted from the Norwegian spruce trees in Finland. It's a high-performance antioxidant, and what's so amazing about this product is that all the benefits of a rich lignan diet are in this one simple regimen. So today, what we're doing, and of course, it comes in the 30 ml size and the travel size, which is 3.5 ml. And what's so interesting about, of course, it was released in 2018, and it has changed the world drop by drop. And here tonight, we want to share the benefits, the testimonies, and any questions arising as far as Fountain of Life is concerned, then we will address them today with our experts in the house. That's Henry Tsiong and Han Mei. I am your moderator today with the assistance of Drew, Christine Karemi. So let's get going. So first of all, I want to say the Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease. This is a disclaimer that's so important, and we need to always point that out, that it's not a cure for any disease or ailment. It's simply nature's most powerful plant antioxidant that helps lower the appearance of aging and protects our body from free radicals that can lead to health issues over time. So as we continue sharing, please remember it's not a cure. Even if somebody by mistake says they got cured, please note the disclaimer that we have so clearly pointed out that this is not a cure for any disease or ailment. So first, lignans and our immune system. This is the contents of our fountain of life, because lignans can boost our immune system by neutralizing the free radicals that we find every day in our daily life, day to day. So fountain of life is beta, and we say beta for your health is better. You've had that. It is better. The umami, it's the bitterness is to detoxify, to lighten tissues, to awaken your body and create alertness, indicator of antioxidants in food. I know, Henry, you want to comment on this. I've heard you in the past really go on about how beta is good. I don't know, Henry, do you want to speak on the bitter taste of the fountain of life as I look through the Q&A?
Yes, the bitterness is it's just the original taste of the lignans, and it's the pine tree extract. So it's we don't want to mess up with just to please our tongue. We don't want to mess it up with a lot of sugar flavors to make it tasty. And being tasty is not our purpose. We want it to be as pure as possible, because as we were doing the one drop test, one drop make a difference. We don't want a lot of sugar, a lot of things in those, because some people even put it in the eyes. We don't want to put a lot of sugar in the eyes, not a sugar in your ear or in your nose. So people, the purity of it made it available for wounds, for things that on open cuts and all that. So we just want it that way. But it will also cost more to you, because it will dilute the content and make it less efficient. So it's better the purity and then the power of the fount of life the way it is. So people who use it, they are not really looking for good taste. If you are looking for good taste, I think it's better for you to eat ice cream or something that might taste much better than this one.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, Henry. Thanks for that. And ladies and gentlemen, as you come in, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. This is the 1 hour testimonial hour. So feel free to put your questions on the Q&A, and I will definitely read them out. So going back, Fountain of Life is nature's most powerful source of antioxidant, as said, and we take 10 drops a day to protect and preserve our well-being. All of us on this call who are partners, I'm sure we all use it, and we just take 10 on the minimum. I know people go even up to 100. So just a guidance on that. So moving to the next slide. Lignans and brain health. And brain health, it assists in the integrity of the brain function, also protect against oxidative stress, anti-inflammatory effects, and maintenance of the cell membrane. There's a lot that has been said there, and I'm going to pair that up with a mental health situation. And Henry and Hanmei, maybe you can come and put this together and speak towards brain ailments that we have seen happening in the day-to-day life, like Alzheimer's and dementia today. So in terms of mental health, our diet has powerful impact on our mental health, including dementia and Alzheimer's. So Fountain of Life is anti-inflammatory food. Study shows postmenopausal women who switch to a plant-based diet can reduce the risk of cognitive impairment by 28%. So it's anti-inflammatory food, omega-3 fatty acids, plant-based. There are no refined sugars and there are no refined grains. So that's Fountain of Life for you. So maybe you can comment on this before we get any questions arising as far as dementia and Alzheimer's are concerned, and how Fountain of Life acts on these particular ailments. Henry.
Yes, our clinic is named sort of like subtitle Brain Health Clinic. So we have been dealing with mental health and brain health for the last about 20 years. It has been a forever pursuit for these conditions, because now we are all aging older because of modern technology treatment made it possible for people to live beyond 80 years old, and this is where the brain health comes into more focus. In Canada, we have the highest actual cases of dementia and Alzheimer, because we are one of the oldest, I mean the longest life expectation in the world. So when you get to that age range, mental health, brain health becomes more important, because if people in some African countries, the average lifespan is like in the 50s, 60s, so they don't really go into this range of old age issues. But in Canada and Japan, in these countries where the people have longer life expectation, so you go to an age range where if it's 80, even like Singapore, so people live beyond 80 years old, even 90, even 100 years old, and that's when this issue become more and more severe or expected. So it's a good idea to start strengthening your brain and brain health to the body, and the mental health and brain health is not independent on its own, but it's a very very difficult set of conditions. So there's a lot of brain health issues are deemed incurable. So a lot of these things like ALS, Alzheimer, dementia, Parkinson, autism, all of these diseases, they are Schedule A categories of disease. They are not curable. So the best we can do for our body is to go beyond the regular food and all that to help our body to function better, because our brain health is actually totally rely on what our body provides it. If you don't give your brain enough blood flow, which brings in enough oxygen, enough nutrients, then the brain cells, they start to starve and they start to die. And that's why a lot of older people, their brains start to shrink. We call it brain atrophy. When the brain shrinks, you can imagine the blood vessels being twisted and getting thinner, smaller, and it just prevents the blood flow circulation from going for the better. And then we start to lose memory. We start to have signs of dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson, all kinds of things. So by keeping the body healthy, you have to do enough free radical control. Like there's a lot of free radical damage to our body. The modern life is full of chemicals, full of toxins and stress and everything. So we have to fight them off to keep the brain health functional. Yeah, so that's it. With the Fountain of Life, we try to help the body to fight off all this inflammation, infection, bacteria, microbials, and that's how we get help from it. Thank you.
Henry, if I can just point out something a bit controversial. I know we say that Fountain of Life is not to be taken by pregnant women, but there's an argument that if you take your Fountain of Life or you put in lignans in your body while you're expectant, that you could, reduce the risk of many ailments in your unborn child. So like say autism, and this could be very controversial, so correct me if I'm wrong. Could you be able to then handle autistic disorder before the child is born? Is that something that can?
Autistic children, they are usually born somehow weaker because of the parents' body condition. So the best idea is to use the Fountain of Life before they get pregnant, because if you prepare your body to strengthen your body, so that's why when a lot of people have this we call infertility, they cannot get pregnant, or when they get pregnant, they are in the late 30s, or the children have, let's say, they have difficulty in the wombs of the woman, of the pregnant mother. So when all this weakness eventually shows in the growth of the baby's body, then when the baby is born, they come to this world with let's say a nest full or a half empty tank of gas, and that's when they have difficulty handling the new world. And so
wow.
by using the fountain of life before they get pregnant, if they have a chance, that's the best to prepare their body. Because when people are pregnant, when they use the fountain of life, then there's a legal concern if something happened to them, and then it's a worry for the legal aspect of it. So that's up to the discretionary decision whether they want to use it themselves.
Wow. Thank you so much, Henry. That was amazing. Prepare your body, strengthen your body before you get pregnant. That's a new catchphrase. Thank you so much. Right. So let me see. There's a question on Q&A, and I have a friend who takes FOL during pregnancy and after. So where's the question, Febi? But you've heard what Henry has said. It's the prerogative of the mother. It's up to you. But as far as we're concerned, there's no research that has been done on that. So we can't really step in and say anything, right, Henry?
Yeah, it's also the government don't want you to make experiments or test out on enough pregnant women. So that's why we don't have that statistic to show that it is safe enough or something like that. But we just want to be on the safe side. So people, if they think, especially if their body is experiencing a lot of symptoms, a lot of issues, then they might want to try it. But the official company what they call attitude or is that it's not recommended.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So Shamala J. Naidu asks, hi, Henry, will FOL assist if no cartilage in both knees and the bone is rubbing against each other?
As we were talking about the fountain of life, is overall health improvement antioxidant. So the loss of cartilage, loss of tendons, ligaments, soft tissues in between the knees, especially as a result of arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, these are the things that's draining the cartilage. So the fountain of life helps with fighting inflammation. A lot of people, they have even fluid in the knees. So that's where you're losing the cartilage and tendon ligaments in there. So for those people, it might be a good idea for them to supply the body with some more physical nutrients like glucosamine, cartilage, or something like a joint formula for the physical build-up. But at the same time, the fountain of life is indirectly helping those tendon ligaments by strengthening the stomach digestive system, the absorption of nutrients, so that they can build from within the body by being able to function better. So it's going to be helpful. Thank you.
Great. Right, so the following slides are testimonials from people taking Fountain of Life. These stories are not medical claims or proof of efficacy. These are anecdotes and related experiences from our many users. Fountain of Life is not a drug or medication and does not cure or treat any disease. So the following testimonials I'm going to show, and we can ask questions in relation to that or anything that comes up with that kind of whatever. So Yes, Hanmei, hi, how are you?
I think maybe I can share something here, and I also see a question in the chatting box. Can FOL help someone with sickle cell disease? I don't want to focus on this specific disease because I don't have actual testimonial specific particularly on this one, but I want to continue a little bit about the brain health part of of Fountain of Life. And I just wrote some Chinese in the chatting box. I can explain that one because recently we have a very, very powerful testimonial come out that's somehow related to this question. Okay. I think right now Virak's husband, that's a champ from Canada, from here, Toronto, Aurora City. But he has a CIDP that he has to get like a blood infusion every 21 days, every 3 weeks for 15 years already. And after 1 month on Fountain of Life, he also had to take the prednisone for 10 pills a day. That's 50 milligrams, right? After 1 month on Fountain of Life, it was reduced by the doctor to 6 pills. And right now he's actually taking 3 pills. Right now is right after 3 months on Fountain of Life for him. Okay, that's a rough summary of the testimonial. And the thing is, the day before yesterday, and they got phone call. He had an X-ray examination last week, and received the phone calls from the doctor, just asking them to see the results this week, and to tell them very good news that his bone marrow is in the best condition compared to last 15 years. So he is 72 years old, and his bone marrow is better than 15 years ago. Basically, that's a simple story. And that's a testimonial, short one, but I want to say something about bone marrow and the brain health. In our Chinese medicine theory, bone marrow is similar essence to brain. Brain and bone marrow is it's a considered similar essence in our body. Okay, so we also have kidney meridian involved, and the kidney meridian is good, is in charge for the bone marrow health and the brain health, right? And so I actually wrote something in Chinese here. And the other time we shared about the health, how Fountain of Life protect and help with the blood vessels health, right? Blood vessel is one side of story. The other thing about circulation is the blood itself. Blood itself is closely related to bone marrow because blood vessel is generated by bone marrow, right? Now I share some story about the blood health, blood itself. We have a lady called Madeline. I remember her name, Madeline, and she is in Singapore. She had like a colon cancer and got a chemo, whatever, all kind of treatment. But after the treatment, she has to take a blood infusion every month. Every month, I remember 4 bags of the blood. She had to take that one. But after months on Fountain of Life, she didn't need to take it anymore. No more infusion, blood infusion. That's one story. And this one about Champ was also somehow related to bone marrow. His situation, anyway, related to bone marrow, so this is actually explained that function of life that I always say. I think from the first few months I start to promote function of life. I find out this function of life is really good for the kidney meridian and really good for the health of the brain and the bone marrow. But for 3 years, we see a lot testimonial on that. But this recent one is specifically tell us it's true, it's good, it's helped with the bone marrow health, and with the theory and all kind of testimonial on brain health is true, that it also help with brain health.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Let me just 1 minute. I know some Chinese here. I want to see just a few sentences about in Chinese. 我们中文呢，中医讲肾主骨生髓，我们一向说这个生命之泉呢是强肾的。主骨生髓是什么？就是主你的这个髓呀，包括脑髓和骨髓。所以对你的脑髓、骨髓都是有好处，所以中医讲肾主骨生髓通于脑，这个一点都不假的。所以生命之泉这个产品，如果我们没有讲中文的朋友，你就记住这个东西，对中医理论是一个非常非常好的诠释，不是说我们只是用中医理论来解释它，它本身可以反过来对中医理论有一个很好的反证。我就说这么多。Thank you. That's all I need to say.
Thank you, Han-Mei. Thank you so much for that. And wow, that's interesting. The brain health and the bone marrow health are related. That's news. So that's very interesting. So we have several questions that have come in. So I'll start first of all with an anonymous question. Can someone who undergoes chemo or radiation take FOL? Han-Mei, Henry, over to you.
I actually shared a testimony on the colon cancer one, but that one was post the treatment. During the treatment, actually, I believe and I know a lot of testimony on how function of life gonna help the patient go through the treatment, because during those treatment, I know that people could lose hair and lose appetite. It could help with that one, but you have to talk with your treatment team. And yeah, probably you need to ask agreement from them, because they might have a different opinion. But but I know some treatment, the team, they agree, some don't, and that's also up to the patient and their relative to decide.
Okay, great. So check with the doctor. Henry, anything to add?
Yeah, that's a good idea to check with the doctor. But it should be a great idea before and after. So yeah. During they can make their own decision whether they want to use it during the treatment.
Awesome. So then we have another question, actually 3 questions from Paris. Number 1, what amount of fountain of life should a person with a stroke and can't take and can't even talk? So the person has got a stroke and they can't even speak. How much fountain of life should they take? Do you want to answer that first?
Yeah, the fountain of life is a drop that they can drop under the tongue, so they don't need any special means of administration. Like if some other supplement, you have to like drink in ounces or something, but this one is just drops, so you can just simply put it under the tongue, or and they should be able to absorb through the saliva glands, and that should be fine. So they can yeah, they don't have to be able to talk to use it. And the people who have a stroke, we were just going through the testimonials right now, and yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, but Henry, I think she was when she mentioned the talk is the severity of the stroke, that it took away her or the past patient's speaking ability. So is it 10 drops, 20 drops, 30 drops? What sort of amounts should they take in that regard? It was
Yeah, usually a little higher dosage would always help to improve faster. So in those cases, they should be looking at 60 to 100, 150, somewhere there to get it faster. But they spread it out into smaller drop patches at a time.
Okay. Great. So I see the rest of the questions are actually on our testimonial slides, but just to mention, her friend's mother has both kidneys failed, swollen feet, advised on the use of FOL, and also one of her friends, breast cancer, it has spread to the bones, kindly advice as well.
Oh, yeah, that's usually more advanced. So they are more fighting with time, and usually more higher dosage is advised. That could be between 100 to maybe 200 drops a day.
Okay. Noted. All right. So thanks. Let's go through the testimonials. I see a question. Does Fountain of Life help with blood clots? Charlene asks.
Yeah, I had a testimony of a lady. I think her name is Sophia. She has 2 blood clots in the body. One is in the lungs, one in the lower left leg, and she cleared it up within about 2 months' time. While at the same time she's taking blood thinners as well.
Okay. All right. Oh, so I happened to look at the chat and there's a question. Please don't put your question on the chat. I will not see it, but lucky for you, I've seen a question. Does Henry know anything about sickle cell? Henry?
Oh, sickle cell is inherited, sort of like inherited disease of the red blood cells being like a sickle. So the normal red blood cells are like a round, so they flow better. But when you have sickle cell, then they start to clot together. They don't move as well, and this can cause anemia in the body. The blood flow, blood circulation is being tempered. So again, the Fountain of Life is antioxidant that can keep the cells healthy by fighting off free radical damage or providing we call the ions or electrons to the damaged cells, to damage the lost electrons in the body, so that the cells don't get into a condition where it's like a sickle cell. So it should be helpful. Well, would be highly recommending these people to take it.
Okay, great. So Henry, what I'm going to do, we're going to go through the slides, and if ladies and gentlemen, you have any questions, put them on Q&A, and I'll just come read all the Q&A so that Henry can answer them. And while I go through the slides, Henry, if you feel there's anything you want to comment on in addition to what has been said on the slide, then I will be happy to do that. So dementia, I mean, I'll be happy to stop and let you comment. I think you spoke on dementia. A dementia mother who could not recognize her children began to recognize them after taking Fountain of Life, of course. And please note, these pictures are private. Please do not post them on social media. These are very, very private. So do not take the pictures and post them on social media. It's for you to hear and then share from your mouth to your person to person. But after taking Fountain of Life, so she started to recognize her children and was able to hold a cup of drink. She's looking beautiful again, and all this within 3 months of taking Fountain of Life. So look at that. Amazing, isn't it? So that's between March and April of 2019. She was taking 15 drops in the morning once a day, at times another 15 drops in the afternoon. And then here we've got another testimonial. And I wish it's a dementia again. 82,000 people in the world, I think, have dementia. I can't quite see what that says. And 3 in 4 feel ashamed and rejected because of the illness. So there's a stigma around dementia. So in April of 30th of 2019, the Straits Times writes, the survey conducted by Singapore Management University and Alzheimer's Disease Association. Dementia patients gradually lose all skills, are emotional, have bad temper, fight with you through things, cannot manage themselves. Some users, after taking Fountain of Life, have reported that they recognize their children, understand a conversation, can reply, can watch TV, can walk, and go out with friends. This might look like very minimal things or very minute things, but these are huge, especially for families that have had to deal with people with dementia. Henry, do you want to add something?
Yeah, that's what Hamid was talking about, the brain health and all that. We need the blood to be flowing properly. We need the circulation and then the quality of the blood to improve before things like that can get under control. So it's a good idea to use the Fountain of Life to maintain health. Prevention is always the best. When it's like a river bank, when it bursts and breaks the dikes, then it takes maybe 100 times more budget and everything to control it or to repair the damage. So the best is prevention. Take them before things happen like that. When things happen, then yeah, you have to do something to try to minimize the damage, and this is very, very important. So it's advisable to take the Fountain of Life on a more diligent basis.
Absolutely. Great. So that was 82,000 people in Singapore living with dementia. So you can imagine other countries in the world, there must be much more than that. So our next slide. Oopsie, sorry, I think I lost my, okay, there we go. Stroke, swollen and bleeding brain. So this, somebody, sorry, Henry, you're saying something?
No.
Okay, great. So stroke, swollen and bleeding brain. This person was in ICU, unconscious, right side body, had no feeling. So please note, FOL does not treat or cure diseases. It's a natural supplement with powerful antioxidant that reduces free radicals. So after taking the Fountain of Life, the same night of the incident, they rubbed half a bottle of Fountain of Life on the left side of the brain and the right side of the body. And after that, just a minute, can't quite see that. Did this for 5 days. The patient was discharged from ICU. So the quick recovery with Fountain of Life is 5 days later, she was out of ICU, 8 days later, out of bed, 1 month later, discharged from hospital and walked with help of walking stick. 2 months later, walked without assistance. 5 months later, managed driving a car on her own. How amazing. For 1 month, rubbed daily FOL, half dropper, 20 drops. Wow, it's a fantastic story. Next slide. If there are any questions, please let me know. Oh boy, what's going on here? Okay, no questions. All right, let me stop sharing. I think my computer is hanging. Henry, it's that cold. You look like you're about to leave. All right. Oh boy.
We still have 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes. Maybe if there are any Q&As, I'm just going to try and redo the slide again. The chat, I hope there's no question. And yeah, so we're doing well there. No question. So the next slide, if you could please share, I'll appreciate. Right. So the next patient is a stroke patient. As you can see here, I'm just having to close that. Yeah, there's a patient who had a stroke, as you can see here. Thomas Chu wrote, my younger sister suffered brain tumor for more than 20 years. Right eye stopped blinking and right side Bell's palsy, muscles were weakened. Last month, she took Fountain of Life, swelling reduced and eyes can now blink. Her colon condition improved, now can control better. This was from August 14th of 2019. Then let's get to men and men's health for women as well, using lignans. It supports prostate health, promotes heart health, benefits the appearance of hair, promotes sexual health, that's in men. And then Fountain of Life contains nature's most powerful source of lignans, antioxidants with anti-inflammatory properties, lowering the factors that cause age-related men's issues. Women, the conversion of plant lignans to mammalian lignans in the body helps balance hormones, especially estrogen in women. The benefits is that it supports breast health, benefits colon health, benefits the appearance of hair, support healthy body weight, reduce hot flashes, provide anti-inflammatory property, promote heart health, support health and glucose metabolism. That's huge. So we know people who are going through that. So you can always share that lignans will support their health as well. Then better sleep at night, it reduces snoring. I've had so many people confirm the testimonial on snoring, that when they started taking the Fountain of Life, they no longer snore at night. This is because lignans help you sleep better by addressing the daily fatigue, premature aging caused by oxidative stress, hormone balance, and chronic inflammation. So Fountain of Life, again, source of lignans, most powerful antioxidant. Daily consumption will help improve your sleep quality. Next is, of course, amazing breast cancer. Lignans-rich diet supports breast health. And I guess this is for both, 30% less chance of having cancer, period. That's Fountain of Life. When you take it, you fill your body with that, it will help you that. And then why eat lignan-rich food? It's because 30-year study, Professor Alda Cruz et al. In Finland have shown that people that eat lignan-rich food experience 30% less chance of having cancer, breast, prostate, colon, lung, 30% less chance of having heart disease, reduces cholesterol level, lowers PSA, and indicator of prostate cancer. So that's really rich information that you can share with your prospects, that they need to keep eating a lignan-rich diet. Next, researchers discovered 7-HMR lignans can hook onto the receptors and block the strong estrogens that can cause thousands of cell divisions. How amazing is that? Protect and preserve. This is basically what that means. Protect and preserve your cells. Breast lumps. Here is Callie Jensen. She says, well, I had a shocking appointment at the hospital today, although I cannot make any claims or confirm it was in fact FOL. It was my follow-up for my 6 millimeter lump and 2 smaller lumps in my breast and biopsy on the lumps. They could not do any biopsy because the lumps are gone. She said she had to ask and double check if it was a correct breast. In 2009, I had 7 lumps removed in my breast, and they have been monitoring it very closely as breast cancer runs in my family. I'm happy to say I have been given a clean bill of health, and that's because she takes the Fountain of Life. Again, please note it's not a cure. It just protects and preserves your cells. So that's breast lumps gone. I'm dashing through this. Please, Henry, feel free to stop me if I'm flying through and you need to add something. This is the whole process of lipoma that came out of my lower back last year. I have not used any oral topical medication, only have been taking the Fountain of Life and starting to send out the Heal topical or a few drops a day. Look at that development and growth. I mean, it's amazing. And yeah, fat tissue tumor came out after 12 days of topical application. The game changer. This is health and wellness. Cancer patients, here we are. Monthly best testimonial contest. This person, because of this testimony, won this award. But basically, in a nutshell, cancer patient, exertion, no energy, no more enthusiasm in life. But after 5 days of taking FOL, energy returned. She had wonderful sleep at night, no more muscle cramps, no more anxiety and tension. Literally, Fountain of Life brought her back from the grave. Wow, thank you so much, Charmaine and Aru, for sharing that. Another game changer, of course, the Singapore Testimony stage 3 colon cancer champion. She found new life between weeks and 3 months of taking Fountain of Life. And this is none other than Madeline Ng. Yeah, so she had stage 3 colon cancer. She's a champion. Within days of taking Fountain of Life, energy returned. Within a week, detoxed of toxic and chemicals in her body. Within a month, half body swelling disappeared. After chemo, she could not perspire. With FOL, she's now perspiring. Kidney and liver restored. Monthly blood transfusion no longer required. That's Madeline Ng. Then we've got colon cancer stage 3, after chemo, in pain, weak and poor health. After 2 months, more energy, boost immune system. And you can see here Mr. Letshumanan from Malaysia. Verlene has got an amazing testimony on how she had horrible migraine, and after taking Fountain of Life, migraine was gone, heart condition improved, no more sweating at night, no more energy, more energy, and no more pain from subliminal knee fracture. Blood health, and I think this is in relation to, I guess, the sickle cell and all the blood issues that we've been reading. 500 million diabetic patients in the world. Lignans and blood sugar. According to the medical journal Lancet, within 11 years, there will be a crisis shortage of insulin as type 2 diabetes continues to rise. Fountain of Life's lignans reduces sugar in the blood. How amazing is that? And these are patients who've been amputated due to diabetes. This is a diabetic patient who's, I'm sorry, I apologize for the pictures, but we need to show you the facts. Fountain of Life being an antioxidant, antimicrobial, and inflammatory has helped this gentleman to have his cast removed after the amputation was stopped, I think, since 21, and blood, yeah. Reverse the redness, swelling, and bad smell on the foot, and the amputation was called off. I'm flying through, guys. If you have any question, please feel free to put it on chat, on Q&A. We have just 4 minutes to go. Obviously, we will not finish this, but I'm just rushing through so that we can see that diabetes is actually handled by the Fountain of Life, the lignans in the Fountain of Life. Diabetic wound closing and healing faster. So for diabetic patients, when they get their wounds, it either won't heal at all or it takes forever to heal, but with the Fountain of Life, it will help heal faster. As you can see from Uncle William's, sugar level was 13 in May. In June 21, it went down to 5.2, 5.1, and on to 4.9. Application of 10 drops twice daily. More drops can be ingested and applied onto the wound for faster healing, obviously. Amputation, again, diabetes, 75-year-old diabetic for more than 10 years, one leg already amputated, topically applied FOL 4 to 5 drops on blackened parts, took 10 drops under the tongue 3 times a day, and imagine on the 27th of February 2020, 23 days later, the wound dried up and amputation of fingers was called off. How amazing is this? Agwata Ototo had a cousin who had prostate issues. The cousin suffered from prostate for 10 years. He had expensive surgery scheduled 15 times a night to the toilet is what the cousin was doing. First night with FOL, half a drop at 20 drops, 5 times to the toilet. Dirty urine in morning was clear. Next day, half drop at 2 times, 1 time to the toilet, another day of FOL, energy returned, is now eating and sleeping well. Agwata stressed to share this message with everyone. So I have stressed, I've shared it with you, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another one. Blood and skin issues improved after 2 days of taking Fountain of Life. Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's most powerful plant antioxidant. The customer from April 2022 started on Fountain of Life. You can see her photos here. Ooh, yeah. And 2 days later, April 24th, and final pictures on May 11th. Unfortunately, we do not know the issue of the skin, as she did not want to go to the doctor or hospital. However, it's remarkable nonetheless. You can see the skin completely cleared. Fountain of Life, you can see chronic skin infection gone in 2 weeks. This person struggled with chronic dry skin and skin infection for several years. Application consumed 5 drops every day and night, 5 FOL for 2 weeks. Skin infection was gone. Wow. Thanks, Winnie. Thanks for sharing. And you can see nasty itch, rash. These things just happen, they come on. But if you're taking the Fountain of Life and you apply it topically, as you can see this testimony from Vancouver, nothing could get rid of this itch. And in 5 days of taking the Fountain of Life, only 2 drops directly in the area, it did wonders for her. Eczema, stop itch, reduces inflammation. For months, he suffered from serious eczema. Now, 2 months after taking the Fountain of Life, he's showing fantastic recovery. He takes 20 drops 3 times a day. Wow, look at that. Psoriasis is a rash and itch disappeared. You can see how it started right there behind the neck, and with time, that has disappeared. Eczema for years, 3 weeks after Fountain of Life, 5 weeks after FOL, sorry, I jumped that one. Shingles, snake disease by Chinese term. So this is a person who is suffering from shingles, which is a very painful disease caused by chickenpox-like virus, characterized by skin rashes, blisters, and eruptions. So this person took half a drop per, which is 20 drops each day, drank lots of water. By the way, Fountain of Life, always take a lot of water. Spray 10 drops of FOL mix with water on the rashes to help the blisters every half hour. At night, apply Opulence Fairy Flawless Night Serum. How? Look at that. Full recovery after 8 days. Normally, recoveries take 2 weeks or longer. Doctors, lotion, and painkillers give no relief. Returned to doctor on the 5th day, and the doctor was amazed at the recovery. Henry, I know we are short of time. We have many other slides to go. Do you want to put in a comment? Is there any question? Let me just stop sharing here.
Yeah, we are up for time, so we can leave the rest of the slides for future sessions. So we can see whether if any questions, the last minute question, then we can deal with that. Otherwise, we can come to a close today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Henry and Han-Mei, for your time. There's a hand raised. Yes, Tony, I'm sorry, I did not see that. Let me see. I can't see your hand raised, but please go ahead. Let me just allow you to speak. It's important. Oh, there you go. Allowed to talk. Hi, Tony. Sorry about that. How's Barbados?
That's quite okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone on the call. Barbados is sunny and cool. It's lovely today. Yes, before we ended the call, I just wanted to share an amazing testimonial from one of my new clients. This has to do with female reproductive health. She started to use Fountain of Life at the end of December. She bought it on December 29th. After 1 week, she told me she was sleeping a lot better. She works in the senior care industry, so she has a lot of lifting and so on to do. And her pains in her shoulders and her knees have started to subside. But what really blew my mind is that she called me over the weekend to say, Tony, my period has returned. So let me tell you what the history is there. She always suffered from hormonal imbalance since she was a teenager. She's now 39 years old. And before starting to use Fountain of Life, she had not had a period for 7 years. 7 years. And after using it for just 1 month, it's back. And she was so amazed. Well, I was more than blown away. But I just want to say to everyone on the call, female reproductive health, FOL will deal with it. The other beautiful thing is that she's due to get married soon. So I guess hope for children is back. So I just want to say, yay, FOL.
Yay,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Congratulations to you and to her and to you, sorry.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Tony. Oh, we couldn't have gone without hearing that testimonial. Thank you so much. All right, so we've got Phoebe's hand is up as well. Go ahead, Phoebe.
Karemi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I have a client who has been taking Fountain of Life. She's post-menopause. She's about 64 years of age, and she's been taking a fountain of life consistently for like 3 years now. But last year, December, she had can I call it a problem where now she started getting bleeding. Whenever she takes fountain of life, she bleeds. So she stopped. She stopped it, and by last month I asked her to take again, and she experienced some bleeding again. I can't call it periods because she's she's menopausal, so I don't think it's periods. What could that be?
Over to you, Henry, Hanmei.
So whenever she takes it, she has bleeding or more bleeding.
Yes, she gets she starts bleeding, and she stopped her periods long time ago, like 14 years ago. But now, and when she was taking of life for the last 3 years, she was okay. But last December, she started now experiencing bleeding.
Okay, she has to figure out whether it's how old is she now?
She's 64.
54?
64.
64.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at 64, she has to find out maybe some MRI or CT scan to see what's inside, just to rule out any issues. But at the same time, they can still take the fount of life, whatever the situation is. It should help them, whatever the case is. Sometimes, so you said she has been taken for 3 years.
Yeah, she's been taken. She really loves it. She's feeling very bad that she's getting what she's getting, and she really loves taking fountain of life. So she's wondering what's up.
Okay, so she just needs to find out from the doctors what's happening inside. Maybe she could get a more clear diagnosis. If nothing wrong in there, then she is encouraged to continue to take the fount of life.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. If we do not have any other questions, we're way past the hour and we like to respect time. So I want to say thank you so much to Hanmei for your time and for your contribution. And of course, addressing the Chinese market that was here. I was loving when you were speaking Mandarin. That was amazing. Henry, thank you so much. As always, you are here ready to answer questions. And we always look forward to listening and learning from you in all our future calls. Drusilla, I don't know if you can hear us. I thank you. I know you, I was standing in for you. I know you're on the road somewhere. So thank you so much for that. Let me see, there's a chat coming in. Moirore, you're saying lipoma. Henry, does that make sense to you, lipoma? Lipoma, what does that?
I think
can you advise ability or about a little about lipoma on FOL? I think it's lymphoma.
I think we had this, one of the slides over there.
Yeah. That's like a cancer, isn't it, Henry?
Yeah, it's like a fatty lump that usually, yes, between your skin and your muscle layer or something like that. It's usually harmless, but it's if you use it, it might be able to help to metabolize the body. At least it can help to stop more from coming. Some people have lots of bumps in the on the skin. And it's a good idea to stop them from coming, but it's going to take a long time to be able to dissolve them or make them smaller.
Great. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our call. It's been amazing, fantastic, amazing. And for all of us who've been grandfathered, I want to say congratulations. It's the 1st of February in our new LAP variance bonus, exciting times within Opulence Global. If you're a guest, please join us. Come and dance with us as we enjoy great health, great personal care, great skin care, and great financial solutions. With that, I'll say to the billion, Henry, thank you so much. Hanmei, thank you very much. all our guests, all our partners. Amazing. To the billion. Thank
Good
you.
billion. Thank
To the
you.
billion. Bye.
Bye-bye.